Okay, here we go. So a couple of you had questions about how to actually work things. So I am going to show you guys really quickly the things I did in class. Okay, so with that, we're opening InDesign. So I already opened it here. You can see that everything is open. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to File, and then we're going to go to New, Document, or Command N, and in here you'll see all of the things that I showed you in class. So we want to turn off facing pages. We're going to turn that off, and we want to change the page size from letter to tabloid, and then we want to make it landscape. So we're going to click here, click on the landscape, so that way we know that our width is 17 inches by 11 inches. So 17 by 11 or 11 by 17, but we want it to be landscape, and it's a regular tabloid sheet. So we're going to click OK, and that's going to bring up our palette here, our artboard. So from here, what we're going to do is, like I said in class, we're going to set up our master pages so that way we can just flow this stuff in a row when we're done with everything, when we're done with our master page. So we're going to double click on our master page. So we know we're on our master page because it's highlighted here, and at the bottom it says A Master, so that's how we know. When you're working in InDesign, using the W will reveal two different views. So this is going to be essentially what you'll see when you print everything, and then if you hit W again, this is sort of like your working bare bones behind the scenes artboard. So hitting W changes the view like that. So we're going to set up our grids here. So what I want you to do is go to File, or I want you to go to Layout, and then Margins and Columns. So click that. And then it's going to bring up this menu right here. So what we're going to do to set up our columns is just change this to 4. So up this to 4. And then that's how we do that. Keep the gutter the same, and click OK. So now we have our columns. Everything in the columns is not going to move. And so we want to create our horizontal rules here. So we're going to go back up to Layout, click Create Guides. So I'm going to click that. And then I want 5 rows of guides here. So we just click that to 5, and then click OK. So these are going to move. You can see I hover over that and it turns blue. These are going to move. So what we want to do is make sure that we lock them. So hit Control and click. So Control, click, then go to Grids and Guides, and go to Lock Guides. And that's going to make sure that we can't select any of this stuff. So I can't select it. That way we know it's locked. So from here, I got some questions about what we need to actually put on here. So get your type tool. So hit T or go to this right here, your type tool. Click that, and then drag a box out at the top, probably 2.5 columns width right here. So click that, let it go, and then right here you're going to type in the title of your project. So it's going to be Book of Contrasts, colon, I'm going to do young and old, and then space, 2 backslash, space, and this is going to be my image inspiration page. Okay? So that's what we have up here, but we notice that it's kind of small, so what we want to do, and you can just use whatever typeface you want at this point, but something clean and workable. So we notice over here, you probably already have it up in your palettes over here, but what we want to do is bring up our type palette so I can change the font on there. So we're going to go to Window, click Window, and then we're going to go to Type and Tables, and then click Character. And then that's going to bring up our type palette right here. So Minion Pro is fine if you want to use that. I mean, I in mine had Helvetica, so you can use Helvetica. Helvetica New Condensed Bold is fine. We'll do that. Actually, yeah, so we're going to have to do that again because I didn't have it selected. So make sure you have it selected when you check that. So Helvetica New Condensed Bold or anything like that is fine. Anything clean, no wacky fonts, no crazy cool fonts, just something really, really classic, really clean, so that way it gets the point across. So this is still pretty small, so what I want to do is highlight that. So if you click in here and then hit Command A, it's going to highlight everything. If you don't want to do it, you can just click and drag, and then that will highlight everything there. And then here, make it like 30 points is fine. or actually no, make it 20. Make it 20. 20 is okay. So 20 is fine. So then when you want to get out of here, just click your solid arrow, and then you'll get out of that, and that'll be fine. So if I want to see what this looks like without the grids, I click that, click the W. So there we go. So that's our top title there. Now we want to do the 2014 thing at the bottom, so that way I know who you are and what project you're doing. So I'm going to do exactly what I did at the top. I'm going to get my T tool up here. I'm going to draw a box. And since I already have Helvetica New Condensed Bold, that's totally fine. I'm going to then type in 2014. I'm going to get out of that. And like I said before, I'm going to zoom in here. Like I said before, I would make your bounding box here take up as little space as possible. This is still pretty tiny, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to highlight this again, and I'm going to go to 30 points because I want the 2014 to be kind of big. So I have this here. I'm going to drag these out. I'm going to drag these in here, make sure it's nice and snug, and then I'm going to put this in the corner, and it's going to snap. So I want the 2014 in the corner, bottom corner there. So if I get out of here, this is what we have at the moment. That's good. Now we're going to add the name and the date and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to get my T tool again, hit T, or go over here and hit your type tool, draw out another box. So I'm going to have my name, Josh Shot, get out of there, make this snug. And what I want you to do here is I just want you to line everything up. So right here it's going to tell you whether it's in the middle or not. So we get there and get out here. Yep, it's not in the middle. Eyeball it. There we go. So make sure everything's in the middle. And then just copy and paste this, and then use this. You can use the same text box if you want to. So what I do is I hit the Alt button or the Option button, and these little double arrow comes up. That's how we know it's actually going to be duplicated. So hold down Option and then just drag this out, and then your guides will help space everything out for you. So now I'm going to put the date. So today's date is the 26th. Or no, it's not the 26th. Good Lord. The 18th, I think it is. And then 2014. So I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to make this smaller. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to copy it over one more. And in here, I'm going to write the time of the class that you're in. So I'm just going to type in Thursday 11 to 12. So you see here that this red thing came up here. That's to show that there's type within this box that is being cut off. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take we're just going to essentially open this box back up. So we're going to open it up, and then we open it until it comes up, and then that's totally fine. And so we hit W, and now we have everything set up at the bottom the way that we want it to be. So that's how you set up the type. Do it that way. You can use Helvetica, you can use Minion, you can use whatever typeface you want, but it can't be... Actually, no, use Helvetica. Helvetica's good. Helvetica's a good typeface. We'll do that. So use Helvetica. And if you don't have Helvetica New, just use Helvetica. And then if you want to just use medium or bold, that is fine as well. That typeface is totally fine. So what we're going to do now is we're going to import our image. So we're here, but we're still on our master page. So anytime we want to apply a master page to our page in our page palette here, our workflow, we would have to drag this down. So, and the way that we know that a master page is applied to a page is if there's an A up here. So we have the A here, so I already know that this is the master page is applied here. So I'm going to click on this. Now I know that I'm on page 1, and it says image inspiration here. So if I wanted to just create 4 more pages, because I need that, we need font, color, image, and then artwork and illustration. So I'm going to need 4 pages here. So I'm going to go down here, so say create new page, and because we have the master page already on this one, it's going to copy it for us. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You could see master page A is on all of these, and our grid is on all of these because it's a part of our master page. So when you create a master page, it's essentially creating a template for the pages that you put it on. So if I'm going to drag this down, it's still going to be master page A, but if I had a different master page, like say the none was a master page and I drag this down, it's going to go with there's nothing on this page now. So if I want to apply another master page, I drag this and I put it back down, and now we have the A master page here. So that helps us out. But with the master page, everything is locked behind it. So if you wanted to unlock this and make this your font page, all you would do, like I said in class, is hit Shift, Command, and then click. And then that unlocks anything on the master page. So now I can make this font. Font inspiration. So now it says font inspiration, so we're good. Now I'm going to go back down to our third page here, do Shift, Command, click, and then I'm going to make this artwork in illustration. Artwork and illustration inspiration. So we're good there. So do that for the 4 pages. Make sure that they're all different. So you're going to have your color, your font, your artwork and illustration, and then your image page. So if I want to add an image onto here, I'm going to go to my rectangle frame tool, or F, click that, and then just drag out in one of your grids, in one of your cells here. So I'm going to drag that out, and then the X lets me know that there's no image in here. So that way I can add an image in here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my folder here. I'm going to go to Moodboard Images, and this is Artwork and Illustration. So I'm going to grab an illustration here. I'm going to grab this one. So I'm going to grab this, and all I'm going to do is just drag it into that box. So now it's in this box. But it's also way too big for this box. So what I want to do, there's 2 ways of actually selecting the image inside of your rectangle frame that you've created for yourself. If you just get your regular cursor and hover over it, there's this little circle that comes up. And the hand, if you click on that, it will let you actually click the image inside of that box. So that's how you actually resize these things. That's one way of resizing this thing. So I click here, and if I want to make this smaller, I can click and hold in Shift and move this down, and it's going to scale everything proportionally, so that way it doesn't get stretched. I can do this on all sides here. And so say I want to highlight that. This is what I want you to. This is what I want my audience to see. So then I just get my solid arrow again and click off of it, and there we go. So we have our image in there. There's another way of doing it, and I'll show you that. So we can get the rectangle frame tool here again. We're going to draw ourselves another box, and then I'm going to drop another image in here. So I'm going to go back to here. Let's use the Flaming Lips poster. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to drag it in. And so this is also bigger than the frame itself. Another way that you can get into this box to move the image behind it is getting your hollow arrow here, your direct selection tool, or A, Command A, or the key Command A. So just hit the letter A and this will come up. And as soon as you already have that, you hover over that block and it'll show you what the image looks like inside. So if you wanted to scale this proportionally again, I would hold Shift and click and drag. But one way that you can actually do this a lot faster is selecting this image inside of this box with the A tool. You can come up here and click this. This is Fill Frame Proportionally. This is going to fill the frame proportionally for the width of the frame that you have, for the rectangle that you've drawn for yourself. If you click that, it's going to scale itself proportionally within that that cell. But say I want this to occupy 2 areas here. I'm going to click, I'm going to get my hollow arrow right here, and then I'm going to click on the image. And I'm not clicking on the circle now because I want to change the size of the container that the image is in. So I'm going to take this and just drag it down. And so you can see that I've made the box where the image sits in larger. But the image itself is moved up a little bit too much. So I would just get my A, I hit A, click on here, and then just move it down. And then now it fits up the entire frame. Fits up that cell. It's scaled proportionally. We have everything that we wanted, and there we go. So that's how you would do that. And that's essentially the basics here. So whenever you save this out, so I have my mood board here. Everything looks good, and what I want to do to save it out is I want to just hit File and then Export. And so I can name it whatever you need to name it. Go to Documents, and then right here, this menu right here, this is what you want to pay attention to. So when you're uploading this to Blackboard, hit smallest file size. So smallest file size will give you a compressed version of your images, so that way it takes up less space on the web. When you print this out and bring it to class in 4 separate pages stapled together, you're going to want to hit the high quality print. Hit that and hit Export, and then that will give you a high quality PDF to print from. You don't want to worry about marks and bleeds or any of that kind of stuff because we just want to print this out as is. So that's how you would do it. I hope that helped out. I'm going to upload this to Blackboard so that way you can view it there. yeah, hopefully that helped out for you guys. All right, so cool.